QuakeCon turns 10 this year, and Inside the Game is live on location to wish it a very happy birthday.
All right, hang on. Okay, see, this is where you're supposed to say the number of years. I'm going to rewind it. You do it. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Say it! How many years are you?
Just say how old you are, McFly. I don't know.
All right, you're just ruining this song.
QuakeCon 2005, August 11th through the 14th. Inside the Game. Epileptic Gaming on radio on ITG.
I think we are.
Epileptic Gaming, you're on the air. We're fired. Hello.
Someone's taking a crack. They called us.
This is what we think of your show.
Took a crack.
Epileptic Gaming, Fridays at 7, only on radio ITG.
Defend the entrances. Don't let them capture the forward bunker. Construct the command
Inside the game.
on my way.
When your wireless laptop has technology designed for great battery life, you can do the things you want to do. Make sure it has Intel Centrino mobile technology built in.
So Inside the Game, ladies and gentlemen, DarkSide versus Modus Operandi coming up right here on Supply Depot. We are 56 seconds underway. Dan's landing up to the two sides. We're on Supply, we're on the active side. Modus Operandi for Australia and New Zealand. Angela Schism, Calvin the Manufacturer, Dan's Courageous. DS lining up with No Thanks, Slay, Illshot, Stiegel, Whitefire, and Red. And this is going to set up one hell of a game. These two teams, they are the ones that might just be able to go all the way. They're the ones that perhaps are the underdogs, perhaps have the skill, have the net, what it takes to go on and win this game, to go on and win this tournament. Angela's picked up there by No Thanks, trying to make his way in on that middle level. First time we've seen Supply Depot, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, Illshot now slowly hovering down. They just suppressing fire onto that bottom level. We have got Calvin hitting the deck. D-Man going down as well. Red with the Durant frag. Dynamite Yellow on that lower entrance. One Modus Operandi coming back there. He will reclaim it, and let's see whether they can hold this one off. Rightful Nade is Red trying to make his way down to that bottom level. He cannot. Modus holding on to this bottom level. A little bit tight. A little bit not so secure on this bottom level, but they've had 2 minutes. They'll be happy. Now, you know, we're right into average to good time for this stage of the defense, and Modus really have it in their hands now. With every second they put on, it's something better than the next stage. And I'm joined by Inside the Game nice guy Ed.
Yeah, I'll probably be relatively quiet during this match since, you know, I haven't really ever played Enemy Territory. I know it's a great game. I know you can pick it up for...
Stiegel coming in with a double bang about that Dynamite going in on the bottom level. Stiegel just holding off. Now, if you don't know DarkSide, this is what Whitefire said. They can beat any team here if they choose to. It is not your choice. It is not Check 6's choice if they win. It is not Idle choice if they win. It is DS's choice.
They sound relatively arrogant.
Well, in that one sentence, you pretty much you summed up DS pretty well there. Dynamite going up on that bottom level. No Thanks says, come on air on Sunday on Inside the Game. He said they were relatively confident. They have had roster issues going down since their formation, but they're going to try and push on. 11 minutes and 48 seconds on the clock. DS and Whitefire there, and we'll see whether they can...
So DS is the favorite here. There is. It's a crapshoot.
It is close. This one could go either way, Ed. I mean, really, it's a question of whether either one of these teams can get into it, because this is so even. DS, possibly, you know, they are the team that in every gaming community, you have one team that were at the top very, very quickly. They were there. They were waiting for the rest of the players to actually get to their level. DS were one of these teams. They've been there. They've won it as Syndrome. You know, they're here, and Modus are the team who have done exactly that over in Australia.
The underdogs.
In the underworld. 11 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock. If you are just joining us on ETTV, check it out from speakeasy.net and gamecloud.com for the ETTV IPs, as well as QuakeCon.org. DarkSide racking up 1, 2 MP40 frags here. Illshot going to try and make his way down there. The Angelos will get the important revive on Shism. They might just hold this crossfire to the left-hand side of that door. Double artillery from DarkSide. Team frags out. D-Man and Shism both out for the count after just being revived in frags. And Modus really starting to will feel the pressure from that dynamite down on the East Depot wall. That'll give him 1 access point, but the question is, can they get that second one? DS just slowly making their way across it. No thanks is there. 2 landmines down on that main entrance. Panther House strikes a brick wall, and that brick wall stands firm, goddammit. And with 10 minutes and 20 seconds now on the clock, Modus have to put some time on. After what was a good first stage, it was a terrible second stage. It was a non-existent dynamite yellow on the main entrance. D-Man with a landmine coming in. Now DS will respawn and try and go down towards that front entrance. Looks like the dynamite will fade away, but with that depot sidewall breaching, it will give them some form of a push. It will give them an option. It will mean they can go in at the back, and well, we'll see whether they can do anything about that, as they do exactly that. DarkSide coming in with the MP40 frag. Dynamite down on the depot gate. D-Man landmine frag in. Now 9 minutes and 50. Should we be expecting this? Is this a little slow? Yes, it is for sure. And well, I just wonder whether it was a little bit too soon. Maybe could have been an extra minute. Would be happy. An extra minute would be good. But let me tell you who wins this one. If we have DS winning it, it's U5 DS, and
that should be a good matchup. Now, Check 6 is still in the running, right?
Check 6 are the favorites for the tournament, but
we've had a lot of good luck so far.
Good luck.
We saw Check 6 Jeebus.
Really?
In Doom, right? So, I mean, as a team, they're doing pretty good.
Yes, they are, and we'll see whether they can do anything. Look at DarkSide just holding off access spawn. That's an interesting position here by the Aussies. Whitefire does know he's there. Just going to hold off, make their way up the stairs. There are 3 DS players there, and this is it. They are just going to lie and wait for the connect forward. There will go Slay is there. DarkSide coming up from the rear from spawn, gets the drop, a 1 and a give, pushing forward. Slay equalizing it back up though. 1 engineer and 2 medics will make this push up that main route. Slay, Whitefire, and Illshot will go forward for the DarkSide side. Forward they'll go. Up to the top. Shism's going to be the one to stop them. No, he's not. Cut down by the Thompson fire there. Illshot leading in. Revive goes in from Slay. That'll block them all up. And DarkSide will quite happily run his MP40 bullets right up their backside, coming up that main route. And really, DS not able to just mount a sustained 6-man push. That was only 3.
So, you know, I'm relatively new to the... Well, I'm a noob. I'm green behind the ears to enemy territory. Yeah, how does the gameplay work? What exactly is the objectives?
Well, it's a team-based game, unlike sort of your search and destroy type of play or bomb defusal. You only get you get as many lives as you can in the time up with a 30-second spawn or whatever the spawn is. Shism and Steagle exchanging grenades on that main entrance. Looks like DarkSide going to challenge mode right on the top level here. Steagle leading the charge here. Galvin with a grenade. He's been picked back up. That's a Panther House on vulnerability right there. No, not going to get the shot. Steagle dropped down by Shism. Reinforcements coming in the check. Calvin, no thanks, already made his way forward. Putting in that front. Oh, double grenade coming in from D-Man from the rear. Courageous with the Luger frag. Dropping 1. DarkSide grenade. The Gibbs are in. Slay though. Still on this top level. 7:35 on the clock. You're inside the game. Angela's going to challenge down Slay. Shism backing him up with the MP40 frag. And Modus Operandi lives to survive another day. That was close. That was real balls to the wall stuff. And DS almost got there. The question is, will Modus get in position before DS mount another attack?
Now they're trying to capture an objective.
They have to construct the crane controls to drop the gold onto a truck, which they will pull away. So it is an objective of sorts. Yes. Well, yes. Exactly. No thanks on that main entrance. He has 7 minutes and 5 seconds. Reinforcement coming. DS playing this smartly, playing this cleverly. If it's not 6 players, it's not an attack. Waiting. Steagle going to lead a charging grenade in. Steagle going to launch around this corner. No one there. Nobody home. Steagle cut down to the back from Shism. Nicely done. Forward they will go. Novex cutting down. Pushing forward. They're going to challenge through. Angelus there, who hit the next. Self-kills are in. But look at the construction room. It is clear. Slay with that Thompson frag, dropping Calvin. And now it's a question of whether DarkSide coming up from that rear entrance. Just trying to go for the background. Dropping the grenade. There is Angelus and Shism powering through. Angelus has to get this revived grenade. The Gibbs are in. Steagle's going to line up that Panther House on that main entrance and the main window. He may just rack himself a big one. Oh, he has moved out now. Had he waited, he might just have got that one. And that's what panzering is all about. Wait for your time and go for the big shot. And it's a question of whose discipline is more important. But DS have the rifle made in the shape of red, and we'll see whether he can do anything as he makes his push up the stairs.
What is the team composed of here? You get the medic, the panzer, the lieutenant, or did that
Field off
change?
now, yeah, and forward they'll go. In fact, Red will get something to give. He was in. No thanks going to try and come through. Right on from D-Man coming up the rear. And back to your question, medics will pick up those field ops and engineers, and it's a question of whether how you can utilize that availability to make your attack prolonged. Grenade comes forward from a Courageous, dropping one. Forward they'll go. Into the construction room they go. It's Hillshot taking fire from Courageous. Oh, behind the boxes. Surprise, surprise. Courageous pops out. Jack in the box style. And Slay will finish up with second Thompson frag. Whitefire, another medic will go into this main entrance. Whitefire very, very confident going into this game, as are DS going into any game. At least they talk the talk. Red going into the construction room now, getting challenged down by Calvin. Calvin dropped. Oh, D-Man with the panzer drop to Calvin, but he got the engineer with the give. And that is it. DS have to hold on. Hold on. They have the construction room. Grenades raining in here. Second engineer is Hillshot. Oh, D-Man again. Double grenade. Whitefire, Slay both down. Finally, they get the construction on. But Modus Operandi have held on this top level to 5 minutes and 5 seconds. 10 minutes is pretty much straight norm. We're going to have 12, 13, depending on how fast they move this truck. And DS now have themselves a slightly uphill struggle. A lot of team frags have come in from the Modus side. I've seen possibly 5 or 6 unnecessary team frags early on, but D-Man's Panzerfaust, that was necessary. Sacrifice Calvin to your almighty Australian cricketing god, and then let them power through to get the engineer, to get the give. 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go. Courageous double Thompson frag, dropping Whitefire, Slay into the deck and coming in with a self-kill. Oh, that's beautiful from Stiegel, Thompson, and double support. DS might have punctured a hole right in the center of that Modus defense, and we'll see whether they can move this truck away. Rifle nade from Red is going to come in that back area. They're stuck in the truck, and as you can see it, there's no way out for them.
And now on the truck, they're trying to load the gold and get it out of there, correct?
Got to pull it away up to that command post area.
It's a real interesting game.
It is, because there is a lot on the stage, online. There's a lot of politics here. The American ET community is somewhat fiery, to say the least, especially when DS are involved. And DS versus U5 is a mouth-watering opportunity. Not that, we wouldn't like to see Modus do well. Yes.
All right.
Not that we wouldn't like to see Modus do well and wish them all the best, but U5 DS, there has been smack talk.
That's what you want to see, huh?
There's been smack talk out the yin-yang for that game. D-Man, double grenade coming in.
U5 people are sitting out here saying, yeah, the smack talk's laying down. We're going to walk away with it.
But we have a bench DS player just sitting right there in the floor. And, he can't play rifle nade, so he was dropped. Forward they will go. Courageous with the MP40 frag, dropping one. Illshot going to make his way back into spawn. Calvin with a grenade. Doesn't spy Illshot. Calvin just down to his Luger there. Just cleared out. And that truck will now make his way past the East Depot wall. Through towards that front entrance. Just surrounded by DS players. Stiegel's going to drop his support fire in there right now. Here comes the Modus spawn. Doesn't catch anyone. But with 3 minutes and 7 seconds on this clock, DS have themselves a real uphill struggle here on Supply Depot. They have themselves a problem. This is going to be 12 and a half minutes roughly. That is below average. That is poor. They need to, it's going to have to come in every stage. That first stage, if you play it disciplined, you can put on the minutes. We've seen it happen. Don't waste your defense with self-kills on that first stage, because you lose the bottom level so easily. If they play disciplined, 12-19, they can do it. But look at those frags. 24 for 24. DarkSide 24 for 23. Clearing house there. Only one. Slay making it to 20 and 20 for the DS side. Red and Illshot just down on the 9s. Calvin lowest frag of the round on 7. Modus pretty happy with the way that one ended up now. You have actually got that one lined up right on Whitefire. And let's talk about Whitefire here. He is outspoken, to say the least. He and No Thanks certainly have themselves a little,
He's the arrogant one. He's the most arrogant of the team.
He is, I wouldn't say arrogant. I think he's playing a game. I think he knows what he's doing. Big Brother style, he's playing a game. He wants to bring it out.
There's talking head, and then there's, overcompensating.
And we'll see whether it pays off. He said, we'll choose to win this. We're going to roll, this was his exact words, we will roll a dice to see which map we pick against Modus, because we're that confident we will win. There's smack talk, and then there's plain out confidence. Which do you...
It sounds like smack talk to me.
Well, I don't know. He's got a very funky hat on, so maybe he's confident. Anyway, we are just getting a question from Riley out here in the audience, and he's now happy, despite us not answering it.
With the real cute U5 girl.
Her name is Mousy. She was on Inside decide the game this Sunday.
Yes.
And on that time, we had U5 Nomad coming on leading the questions. There was Mousy, there was one other who I've now forgotten, and they probably won't like me for that. But U5, they
probably don't like you because you're British.
Oh look, ET's about to start again. But Ed and I won't go to airing our laundry in public. 3, 2, 1. United Modus Operandi against DS. Going to take this one out here on the on Modus's offense here. The time was set. It was 12 minutes and 20 seconds. And now DS with no thanks sieging forward. Very European of this tactic. He goes all the way forward. Fire for effects are down, and he just got to hope he's got a spawn. There it is. Self kills coming in from DS, but the fire for effect will save them here. You got 3 players down on a self-kill? No way. That bottom level is so clear for you to push in. This bottom level that we're looking at here can be empty for just enough time for Dynamite to grab. That's the beauty of this map. DS coming in with 1, 2, 3. Stiegel making it 4. Demanufacturer hitting the deck this time. Ill shot hit out by Calvin Grenade, and finally they get one back. No thanks, Team Kill reviving there, as we'll see whether they can follow this one up. We have Red with the right play on the right side. It is very much a bog standard supply depot defense. Nothing adventurous, nothing wrong, nothing undisciplined. And this is what it takes on at QuakeCon. Discipline, be prepared, be ready. DarkSide leading the charge in. Massacred there by no thanks his MP40. D-Man follows down in the same fashion. Stiegel picking him off. Chisholm with a rifle nade, dropping ill shot, but there are no holes in this DS defense just yet. Looking at the middle level, Illshot is in position, raining into fire. He's got 3 Modus players just saying we want a little bit of Illshot right now with 11 minutes and 1 second on this clock. Modus slowly going to push forward. They have time to burn. It's okay. First stage doesn't go well. They have bought themselves enough for the second.
So how does the stages work? First stage, there's a time set. Second stage.
What I mean by stages on this map is the fact that you can pretty much split it down to 4 to 5 stages. You can break this map down. First stage is this garage stage. No thanks going to come through. Just hold off, Chisholm hits the deck, and that's one stage. Once you've done the garage, you then move on to the command post. You then move on to the main entrance. You then, if at first you don't succeed, try again. Keep going. And then you go on to the final stage. So a team can really set themselves up 4 different defenses. They can say we suck at the first stage, but look at our final stage. We just rock the house, and that's where they'll get their minutes on the clock. Right now, DS are rocking this first stage like it's Christmas, as Angelus on that middle level coming forward. He just holds off here, medic himself up. He's going to try and push through. Chisholm with a pass about DarkSide Thompson. He might just have made it to the flag. Yes, he had. Angelus will grab it, and this might be a good time as the self-kill's coming in. Oh, there's the spawn. D-Man is a panda as well. Still the last man standing. Do they have that covert up? They do not, so they won't be able to push through early on. And Dynamite down on that bottom level, and Ed, now we're going to push on to the second stage.
Alright.
So when it blows, if you just push on forward and go up to the command post area, where the following is now, yeah. This is where they set up their next crossfire. This is where they lay down the fire towards that exit of the first stage.
So obviously the goal is to get the gold out, right?
Yes.
Again. And they're trying to do it in a faster time, then?
Yes, they are. The time was set, they have to beat it. It's stopwatch mode, and basically continue as you go until that clock runs out. Obviously, you can get into garbage time where you're not going to beat the time. You got to play on anyway. Look at this. A mortar over towards that command post is falling short. Whitefire might be the one only vulnerable to it. He's going all the way back. Oh, Shiza connects with Illshot right in the center of that command post. Revival going by Whitefire, but that's a tricky one. That's a brilliant one. D-Man and DarkSide pushing forward towards this command post. Mortar from Chisholm. DarkSide down. The comms lacking. The team play, the telepathy, it wasn't there. And the Aussies are in trouble if they can't control the mortar. The mortar is a deadly weapon if you can control it, if you can use it. Angel's going across towards that command post now. And look at DS. This is not a crossfire. This is, let's sit back, let's wall lean them, let's do whatever we can. Because right now, it just isn't working. The crossfire isn't working. It's the mortar, the fire for effects, support fire. It's pushing the back and back and back.
It must be their abundance of confidence.
And down towards the main entrance, they'll come out of this tunnel. Stiegel's the one waiting. Stiegel picks up the 1, 2. D-Man, courageous bow down. She's going to lead the charge Red with the landmine frag. And that one is all over. Red coming in with that one. L-shot with the MP40. And now that D-Man, that Modus spawn is going to lead them straight towards this command post. DS are going to be very happy. They might have set a pretty bad tunnel, but they're bringing it back. And they're taking back what's theirs, and that's 8 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock. Modus have themselves a sticky situation here, because right now there's no reviving, the gives are going in too quickly, the medic work is slow to support the members, and DS are capitalizing on this, and and they're doing it with pure aim. This is what I like about DS. White fire, no thanks. MP40. Where are the fire effect frags? Where are the grenade frags? Where is anything from DS that is not MP40? Nowhere. In towards that command post they go. No thanks gonna charge down the manufacturer. Wi-Fi coming in for the red. DarkSide last man standing. Still at about 80% HP, leading the charge. Almost takes out Shizm there, but sees the wisdom in his ways, and now they're waiting at that command post for Angelos' charge to go up. They have broken that crossfire. They now, terrible support fire at the command post. It will just blow away, and DarkSide will cut out D-Man there, and it just looks at times a little bit ill-disciplined, a little bit not played on land enough, a little bit not prepared for this one.
On the Aussie side or
on the Aussie side, on Modus Operandi.
Modus is
4 Aussies, 2 New Zealand, first Oceanic team to ever make rifle day from red, right between the lips. Shizm down, revives in, and now it will be Calvin, courageous Shizm to try and lead the charge. Elshot doesn't care what they want to do. 1, 2, MP40 frags going in, Shizm coming in with Calvin, double Thompson in, Red and Stiegel hitting the deck for DS this time. Stiegel has been revived, almost looks like he's AFK. He's going to get picked off there by Angelos, and now they will go down towards the Seas Depot wall and try to do what DS did to them, try to puncture a hole in one side of that defense so they can come in from the rear and clean house. 6 minutes and 30 seconds, and this one's going to go to the wire.
Ouch. That would think it hurt.
Now, the Aussies might be a little upset that their cricket team is over in England right now getting mauled, but, the 2 New Zealand players will try to hold this one on for them. As Calvin will drop down, they will funnel through the Seas entrance. It blows in 10 seconds. Slay is going to give that call. They're backed away. They're going to go to main. Dynamite yellow on the main entrance. Grenade and landmine coming in. No thanks, and Red just going to clear this out. Shizm trying to go for it. Another grenade drop in, and now DS have just cleared out that dynamite. It will not blow. They have to get another one down. Second dynamite is yellow. Angelos is the one taking fire left, right, and center. Landmine trip there, and now there's a question of whether Angelos through the smoke can get it. Yes, he can. Dino's down on that main entrance. Stiegel. Oh, no thanks with the Panther Power. Stiegel took down 2. He's about to finish up the second, but then no thanks said. Jihad to you takes him down and sacrifices him. And DS have themselves a very good situation if they can hold on. 5:35. No, Modus have to be pretty efficient from now on.
Revive me.
It's a question now with following those self-kills of whether DS can, what they will do. Will they go for the U96 for Parodia type defensive, pushing forward, holding onto this depot gate area with a crossfire while things blow, or will they go all the way back? They have gone all the way back to that top level. No thanks to Slay on the stairs. Let's see what else they have. Calvin's just going to make his way through on the right-hand side. They're going to put that truck into position, and we are on to the final stage, and this is what we've had. We've had the depot stage, the command post stage, we've had the main stage, and now it's getting that gold and getting it the hell out of there.
What are we looking at for time here?
I need ammo. Only 5 minutes, soldier.
Modus needs to really be very aggressive on this push to meet the time limitations that they got placed on him, even though it was poorly done in the first round.
I would say an average of getting that truck out of there once the gold is on there, 90 seconds. So that would leave them 3 minutes exactly to get that gold on that truck. We'll see what they can do. At 4:35 is on the clock. DarkSide leading the charge forward. Whitefire hits the deck. 3 minutes on at QuakeCon. That's a long, long time. DS holding back. The pressure is on them. They've fallen all the way back to. Oh, this is insanity style. Whitefire, no thanks to Stiegel. What a crossfire of doom! Modus Operandi. Go in, go to hell, and they'll have to come back in just a few minutes and try again. Modus are going to try and make their way through again, like lambs to the slaughter. 5 DS players, 1 Modus guy goes in. Oh wait, we're dying. And we'll see whether they can do anything about it. 4 minutes and 3 seconds on the clock.
That really seems like a very bad team tactic to do.
The team play was lacking on that one. If one guy is going into that construction on his own, having just lost, having the rest of the team just massacred, then yeah, you got yourself a problem. 3 minutes and 47 on the clock. Red line forward. DS are very happy. Oh, she's a double rifle day problem. Whitefire and Illshot both out. Where was that? I can't quite see where he landed that one. D-Man makes it a 3rd man down. Revive's trying to go in. Not going to happen. Stiegel 1, 2. Stiegel's been a rock in the center of that defense. Trying to make their way forward. Whitefire backing all the way. Double rifle day. Whitefire connects. That's his confidence. That's why he wants to be the best. And he chose not to let Modus Operandi into the crane control. And now with 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go, Modus trying to go forward. They have 3 men on the top level. Make it 4. Let's see whether there's reinforcements coming up the rear. Coming up the rear is Calvin clearing house with Red hitting the deck. Whitefire down by Shizm Garand. It's all on Illshot to bam that door. Shizm hits the deck with the team frag. 1 on 4. And it's not going to happen for Slay. Into the construction they go. Is there any Panther Faust going to make his way in? No, construction completed. Grenade from no thanks. Shizm Courageous both out. Modus Operandi have themselves 2 minutes and 55 seconds to go. And before you ask, yes, It is possible for the Axis to hold on for 255. Very possible. Well, if you look at the positioning of the truck, it is right at the back. They have the west, so they have direct entrance to it, but it's just at the back of the truck. It's a very hard position to go. Modus taking the overhaul route. They're going to drop down from the top level, falling to their death. Does one. Steagle's going to try and stop them. Steagle's been a monster. There is Wi-Fi going through. Courageous did not pick up Calvin or Angelus, and DS have that truck stopped dead. It is dead. It is right next to an Axis respawn exit, and it's a question now: get some landmines down, get a Panzerfaust or a second field up, and just hold it. Just lock it down. Just stop them. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. This could still go either way. L-shot MP40 dropping Chisholm like a bad habit. Calvin going through. Slay 1, 2, slaying them down. Steagle with the MP40. Angelus finally getting one back, and the frag on Steagle. But Steagle is a monster.
2 minutes to get out of here, soldier.
Hairy, aggressive monster. You are not going to stop him right now. He is having a blinder of a match. DS all set up. That truck is still just by that east entrance. It's just a little bit away. A medic push. You might be able to get him past towards that main entrance. We'll see. Whitefire and Steagle are the man in charge of holding that off. Going into that east entrance right now is going to be Chisholm on his own. Reinforcements coming down that main route. 1 minute and 36 seconds on the clock. Here is the 90-second mark. They've maybe done 20 seconds on this. This one's all hands to the pump. Steagle 1, 2. Monster Man strikes. Slay coming through. DarkSide with the equalizer up. Aussie style. One spin. And it is L-shot that's hit the deck this time. DarkSide finally avenged. Here come the reinforcements on that combos. The truck is making its way towards that main entrance. Support fire going in. That truck is right in the main entrance. Modus Operandi. Support fire from D-Man. Support fire from Steagle. 2 apiece. Steagle coming in with the MP40. It's stuck on the hill. 1 minute and 8 seconds to go. DS can still do this. They're stuck. That truck is right in Modus territory. But there's no one alive. Here come the reinforcements. Making their way out of the command post. One by one. Oompa Loompa. Angelus Thompson. Calvin Thompson. Allied support fire. They might just get this truck away. DarkSide. Double support fire. Team killing again. He's not had the luck. Here come the returning Axis players. They're making their way out of this main entrance. It's just Courageous to stop DarkSide equalizing up with a double Thompson frag. It's clearing out that team damage. And with 40 seconds to go, Modus Operandi take a 2-0 lead over DarkSide. Just
An upset.
It's not an upset. It's an upset if you want to see U5 versus DS because of the smack that was spoken. For the first time, they got a round of applause. That just shows how intense that was. The crowd really loved that one.
You were very intense on that too. That was great.
Look at those frags though for Steagle. Steagle and DarkSide. DarkSide, I don't want to see his team damage. DarkSide is a monster with the team damage. He pulled up a total of 1,069 team damage. For a field ops, that is the equivalent of 10 team frags, and we will see whether they can pull that run back up. We have Steagle, just a monster. Steagle is a real wildebeest here in Texas, and
the wildebeest.
If you don't know, if the joke is with wildebeest here in Texas, they have these wild animals. They are these wild, huge, raging animals roaming through the streets with horns.
He's talking about cows.
Regular cows don't have horns, and they go moo.
Bulls have horns.
And, Blanks described it as one fearful stare, because it can steer its way to your heart with those pincers. And these things are just, littering around the place. And that is what Steagle is.
There's a guy here in the Gaylord Resort that will teach you how to lasso a steer.
Wow.
Yeah.
We'll see whether they can do that. Can they pull it out? Who's the Australian? He'd say, what a dingo. That guy, I can't remember his name. He is the one for Australia. Can he go catch himself a steer in the shape of Steagle? That is what they have to do. Silence Steagle, silence DarkSide. It's that simple. What is his name, the Australian guy who runs Australia Zoo?
The one, the croc hunter?
Yes.
Jesus. What's the croc hunter's name?
Anyone? We have an Australian out here. Who's the guy that runs Australia Zoo and is a croc hunter? Who's the famous Australian croc hunter guy? Steve Owen.
Steve Owen, there we go.
Is there a Steve
Look at
Owen?
that crowd participation.
Is there a Steve Owen out there in this Modus Operandi side to catch themselves a real dingo?
Apparently there is, because they're up 2-0.
They are, but we're on to Oasis. Oasis is a map where I really feel players like No Thanks, players like Steagle could rack up frag after frag after frag. It's close quarters action. It is very, very crossfire intense. If DS are prepared, they can take this one, Ed.
All right. Well,
now,
we'll see.
We are here live at QuakeCon 2005 in the Gaylord Ranch. And Ed, it is just a stunning, stunning event. We are surrounded by, you know, some of the most expensive gaming stuff you will ever get. And I'll tell you why it's expensive, because it's so good.
It's very nice. And our casting machines alone, the XPSs by Dell with the Centrino technology inside, they're great machines. And as you can tell, they're running these games perfectly.
Now, where do you think Trillian is? Over at the creative booth. We have creative speakers right here with us. It is a stunning little home entertainment system, so to speak, because this is what we are. This is ET in your living room, ladies and gentlemen. You have the lounges, you have, you know, table for your laptop, coffee table. Go get yourself a drink. We're waiting on 2 players to ready up and sit back and enjoy.
The only thing you need is a beer or a soda
or a water.
Or, water.
Now, Ed, Modus really have got the tail between their legs, so to speak. Their kangaroo tail is right between their legs, because they know that if they can really come up with the goods, which team are they starting on? They're starting on the Allied side, so they're going to have to set this time. If we're looking at 10 minutes, if we have 10 minutes, Modus could well go all the way.
Yeah, you're excited about this.
I am.
They're the underdogs from down under.
They're not underdogs, though.
They're not. They're really that good.
This is even Stevens. No one knows quite who's going to win this, because how do you compare Modus Operandi? How do you look at an Australian team, you know, and just say, well, they don't play on any American servers, they don't play on any European servers. They qualified, so they got to be good. And well, the guys at Creatorum will certainly be ruining that because they qualified over them. Now,
the big drawback, they're Australian.
The funny part of it is that when we had D-Man on Inside the Game just last week, he said he got messages from people on IRC who have been judging Modus Operandi by their frag movie.
Really?
They've been saying...
That's not a fair, judgment.
Yeah, I can't believe that someone would actually do that, but, well, whoever they are...
How could you not believe that? It's an online community. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible here. Look at Quake 4. That certainly looks like it will be one hell of an online community. It looks stunning on those Dell XPSs with the Intel technology inside. I gotta say, that game is mouth-watering.
Yeah. And I beat you in it earlier.
I don't know about that. Ed decided to bring this one up, and so I'm going to remind you of a previous event we were here at Inside the Game. It was back in October time, and Ed and I played a game of Halo and a game of FIFA. And Ed lost both of them.
Yeah.
So Ed is a long way behind.
I mean, what can you say? Halo sucks, and FIFA, you're British.
What can we say? You lost. We have 3 players left to ready up.
All right.
And the question is now on Oasis, are we going to have anything? Are we going to have? We're going to have a map restart. So with that, why don't we take ourselves to just a short break here and Inside the Game? We'll be right back with the conclusion of this epic match: Modus versus DS. You are back here on Inside the Game. We've had a map restart. We're all but ready to get this one away. Still 4 to go. DS are the ones to ready up. Will be interesting to know. I know that Benched Riley was going to try and find out who picked which map first, who picked Supply Depot. But you know,
and he's in a quandary. He can't figure it out.
He's in DS, and his own teammates, who Modus picked Supply Depot. So
all right,
they won their map by this much.
You know, we're going to take a quick moment while we're waiting for this last player to warm up. For all of you that are here watching the matches, be sure you keep coming back. Intel is going to run a little raffle, I guess, at some point in the day. And they're going to be giving away some of their processors. So come back, check out the matches, and get involved in that raffle, and maybe fire up some of that Quake 4.
Okay, we're here, and we're underway once again. If you're just joining us, DS lining up with Stiegel, Slay, No Thanks, Heelshot, White Fire, and Red. Over on the Australasian Modus Operandi side, Angelus, D-Manufacturer, Courageous, Shizza, Calvin, and Danzai. Auto round, right again. Angelus gets himself a second. They're just dropping in like flies. And DS have lost themselves 1-2 players. Rightfully going in, trying to equalize that one back up, but as Modus make their way down to the right-hand side through those tunnels, there will be No Thanks picked up. No Jim, that would have been a great revive had it happened. Not going to happen. Oh, Stiegel, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Stiegel is that wild steer. And there is no Steve Owen yet alive in this. Oh, he picks up the 4th with Danzai hitting the deck. There is no Steve Owen. There is no Struth. What a dingo.
What's your fascination with the Croc Hunter, my friend?
Oh, that guy's great. He runs Australia Zoo, and, you know, he's just like Struth. Anyway, here we go. We have 19 minutes and exactly on the clock. Shizm is just making his way forward, putting down some fire. Steagle, just a call, picking him up. D-Man coming in with a rifle nade. Red will equalize that back up by dropping D-Man. 18 minutes and 50 on the clock. Support player, tossed forward. D-Man with a rifle nade, clearing out Slay. There's that support player. Suicidal. The manufacturer just ran into DarkSide support player. That blue smoke, it doesn't do anything, medical. It doesn't heal you. It's not,
It's not
sensual.
psychedelic.
No, it's not. Modus going to push down towards his flank. Whitefire is the one to hold onto it, clearing out Calvin. And DS just being pushed further and further back here. They're not in position. Their crossfire is not ready. Look at where D-Man is going. Just after realizing the rude awakening from his little ecstasy moment with the blue smoke, he gets picked off by Slay's grenade. And Steagle just holding off here. Let's see. Let's follow Steagle as he makes his way through. The reinforcements coming in. Steagle landing up that one artillery frag. Was going to go for a grenade, but no thanks. Clearing out Calvin. Nothing needed. Steagle dropping the ammo. He spies himself another player. It is Angelus making his way up here. Forward, there we go. Red with the K-43 dropping Angelus Slay. Powering through. Dropped by DarkSide. DarkSide's going to make his way through. There is Steagle. One. Steagle going for the second. Denied by DarkSide. There perhaps is your Steve Owen. He's hustled him one up. And let's see whether he can get some more. Whitefire is going to push forward. I have to say, I would like to see DS utilize a Panzer right now because this Modus side, they're confident and they're attacking in groups. And then, oh, Shizm, double support fire. There's your, anything better than a Panzer Mouse. No thanks, Slay. Just annihilated. Steagle is out as well. Modus have this flag if they could just get there now. Access respawn is any second now. Allied side capturing the old city. Access trying to reclaim it. It is Shizm that's in there fighting for his life. Courageous going to get the revive. Allied side will get that flag. And as DS will try to, will now have to try and stop the dynamite going down on that main entrance. We'll see whether they can. Let's see. There is nothing there to stop them. I think they were very close to having a respawn right as that flag was taken. So Dino down on the old city wall. I don't know if any landmines were lost. No landmines lost. So DS will be in a full tactical position, but Steagle, being Mr. Multitask, raining in mortar shots there just into that old city ruins. No thanks will lie in wait and guard them. The question is, where will Mo go? Mo will just hold off. They will wait. They do. This is discipline right here. You don't need to go near the dynamite. It flashes, it glows, it's lovely. Ooh, but there'll be a support fire there from No Thanks. Any second, I put money on it. There'll be a mortar shot. There's the fire from No Thanks. Now they'll push through. Their mortar shot goes through and Mo just dodging them all. Right, but oh, No Thanks will claim one. Calvin's down. And Angelus is going to have to go back. Shizm will connect it now. 4 in this main tunnel. This is an important push. If No Thanks can connect with it, he's trying to do a Knight. He fails. Knight would usually pick one up with maybe a Jihad grenade pushing forward. D-Man lead the charge. Modus are going to go all the way up towards that north ending tanker. They've still got 6 up, and DS cannot deal with this. DS cannot handle anyone outside of this fort right now, and this is dangerous for them.
Now, on the last map, the objective was to capture the gold, get out, right? What's the deal on this map?
Now it's a double dynamite. Get that dynamite down on north and south anti-tank guns. If you want to compare it to RTSW, which I know you played, a poor comparison might be base. There's very, very, very many differences, but it's that form of map. Two objectives to dynamite down. One of them is usually heavily guarded, the second one less so. D-Man is going to prove that right now, walking into that south ending tanker, clear as day. Angelus raining into fire from east. Illshot coming through. D-Man has been picked up in that south ending tanker. Dynamite is yellow. Illshot taking blood, guts, and everything from the bullets of Courageous, and D-Man and Courageous. Dynamite down south ending tanker. This is not good from DS. This is bad. If we were to compare what some might say is a perfect... Wow, Modus right in the north end tanker already. Shizm's the one standing up there. Drops one down. Here comes D-Man as well, trying to clear this one out. K-43 frag, D-Man with the pro frag, Thompson out. Uh-oh, danger ringing. Dynamite going to go yellow on the north ending tanker. In it will raid. 14 minutes and 50 seconds to go. Grenades dropping in. Not going to happen. Dynamite is in. The Modus have themselves a real good possibilities. That south ending tanker blows. Courageous and D-Man going to go through. There'll be no nice TKs here on the NG going for the defuse, that's for sure. Modus, D-Man is down. He was the mortar, I believe. And that is the important fact. If there's no mortar going into north, then they may just do it. But support fire from DarkSide following up with a Thompson frag. This is bad news. Red is the last man standing, going to make his push in. DS are in trouble. 3, 2, 1. D-Man has done it for Modus. Double dynamite. 5 minutes and 33. Modus Operandi are going to be very, very happy. DS will be in a real sticky situation here. They'll drop down to the loser bracket if they can't come out from this. Though it has to be said, From what they were saying, they might not be too displeased about that, but we'll see.
Yeah, are they still confident? Or is it arrogance?
I don't think I should repeat what Whitefire is saying on their Venturer right now. I went over there just before the match to sort of abuse No Thanks somewhat, and Whitefire and No Thanks were right at it in let's put it, Bildman's language. Now, 5:30, it's doable. Modus just proved that. It is doable. But I just wonder whether DS will say now, we'll take the loser's bracket, we'll try and push our way through there, because this is bad. This is very bad for DS.
We need to sit up a little bit. We're slouchers, we're gamers, and
it's these chairs,
it's
unfortunately.
the chairs, it's, we try our best.
These guys right in front of us have these stunning little lounges.
They have the best seats in the house right now. And
especially the ones right there. Those two have backs as well as the
It's a full
part.
house for these ET games, so it's good to see. You guys should give yourselves a hand, Yeah.
Now, we have got just Stiegel to ready up. What can DS do now? What if you were in DS's shoes, what would you be doing? Well, you're going to have to get this first stage.
I'd have to be incredibly aggressive, I think.
It's this first stage where we're going to win or lose this one. If they push on, if they get some mortar shots dropped in, some support fights.
This was DS's map choice too, right?
DS's map choice that they are getting owned on. 2, 1, we are fight once again with the clock ticking. Every second counts for DS right now. No Thanks to Slay. Stiegel going to lead the charge forward. Stiegel is in fact a fill-up. Moving slowly forward, fine for effects are in. Modus just have to keep them in their own ballpark. Modus just want them where they can find them, where they can see them. There can be no funny business here for Modus. It is a question of discipline. If you're not disciplined, if you're not ready at a stage like this, an event like this, then you shouldn't be here. And that's the important factor. We'll see whether DS can do anything here. We have Stiegel going to put forward Chisholm, dropping one with the artillery grenade following in. And now Modus Operandi have themselves a chance. They have this attack pushing forward with Slay. Angelus with the grenade dropping, No Thanks forward, it will go. DarkSide 1 going through. K43 right with D-Man will clear him out. Team Kill Revive going in as well. And DS really have a problem if they can't push this back wall. No Thanks to the rescue. The Canadian leading the charge forward. Cut down in the rear by Calvin's FP40. Not gonna happen. And DS, another attack down the drain. Another fail attempt. And another extra seconds on the clock for Modus Operandi. Every second counts. We have 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. I just wonder. But there he is. There is that wildebeest. That wild crocodile with the support fire. Stiegel dropping courageous there.
One man can't win a whole game, though. That seems to be the problem right now. They're relying on that one player, and as a team, they're not really clicking, it seems.
Chisholm makes it 4 frags on the DS side, 3 with an artillery. If you've got 3 people running into an artillery at this level, you have other problems. You have eyesight problems. And really, they have to get these bombs working. They have to realize, artillery, let's call it for the teammates. Courageous going to lead the charge forward. DS, No Thanks, and Red will make their way out from the command post and head high right. The question is anyone there to stop them? Whitefire dropped by DarkSide. I don't think anyone has stopped them. Red, Eelshot, double support. Calvin and Courageous both out. Lying in the flag and wait is Chisholm with the MP40 in hand. He's taking some damage to the field. Axis respawn is there. And now Modus Operandi will live to fight another day. Now, and sorry. With No Thanks dropping bomb on that Thompson, you have to wonder quite what DS can do. They might just grab this flag. Modus have been pushed. There's Red with the grenade. Bye by Calvin. Oh, Calvin survives. Red gonna go through towards that flag around in hand. Gonna power through. Whitefire with the Thompson. Danzak Courageous equalizes back up. Both Red and Whitefire out for the count. And with 3:13 on the clock, Stiegel, Thompson dropping D-Man. Self-kill coming in from that Modus side. They're back. They're in position. They're ready. They're waiting.
And time's
what
ticking.
you got. Yes, very much.
Got about 3 minutes left, and I don't know. It's not looking too good for them.
This will set up another mouth-watering tie, though. The winner of this faces U5, so Modus will most likely face U5. And the issue there is the fact that U5 are going to go into this relatively confident.
Right.
DS and U5, there would have been so much rivalry that I think we would have seen a lot of mistakes from the two teams. But now it's U5. Now it's Modus. Sorry, they got nothing to lose. No one can be ashamed if they lose to Modus because no one knew what to expect from Modus going into this.
Well, I guess they're sending a message out to everyone here competing in the ET tournament right now that they are serious and don't judge them off a damn frag movie.
Very nice. Now another classic DS saying from No Thanks: if we win, we wanted to. If we lost, we threw it. That's that was his statement, and I just wonder what we'll get from No Thanks. No Thanks is certainly a fiery character, to say the least, and we'll hope to get to talk to him at some point later
Now,
on.
after this match, just so you're aware and everybody else is aware, we're going to bring some Quake 3 action. The Missy versus Miss X, and that's going to be a great. That's going to be a great match, and I'm excited to watch
Big
that.
Quake 3 ladies' names there, you know, out of those two.
My vote's Miss X.
Battle of the
Defending
end.
champion.
Now Cornelia's here now, so
Yeah.
there is some ruffling feathers, let's put it that way.
All right, so jump back in and tell me what am I seeing, man?
We're seeing Illshot waiting. He's just sitting. He's just waiting for Calvin. DS has conceded, and DS is going to the lower bracket. And with Red with a Grand Crack, Illshot will slowly push towards that flag. He timed it for the spawn time. It's just a question now. Slay double Thompson, DarkSide Angels back out. The only thing that could possibly mean Modus won't win this is if there has been a wall jump. And
sounds like Fatality's losing over there.
With Trillian shoutcasting it.
Yeah, the crowd's going wild, so he must have picked the wrong person to play.
Maybe it's Trillian. Maybe it's Trillian out there just dominating them.
Could be.
Now, we'll see whether we have anything coming up. We have a lot of action left to happen here and inside the game. Both ET, Quake 2, Nuke 3, Quake 3, all going on here in Grapevine, Texas, where there are wildebeests roaming the streets. We have 43 seconds to go. We're into garbage time. It's just been annihilation. It really has been humiliation. DS powered through. Their Oasis defense was... I don't understand. Why did they pick Oasis? You know, if you're going to lose Oasis in 5 minutes, why pick it? You got real problems there. I mean, I just wonder if DS have real communications problems here, like communicating what they're good at.
Well, they're having some real team play problems, and I mean, maybe that's based in communication. Maybe it's based in them coming here, running their mouths, saying, you know, we'll win if we want to win, and we'll lose if we want to throw it. I mean, no one wants to throw the match, and I guess if you want to maintain some type of dignity, you're going to say that. But the truth of the matter is, they're not clicking, and they lost.
Now, as I just hope Holes and HK are paying attention to this, no thanks said. If they go into the losers bracket, they'll go all the way to take 3rd place. No one will stop them. Can Idle stop? No. Can Idle stop this DS side who just got annihilated by Modus?
No. Well, before everyone leaves, just something you should know. Intel's giving away 5 Intel P4 Extreme Edition, 3.73 gigahertz.
Wow.
2 meg L2 cache 1066 megahertz. There's all sorts on this front side bus. The fact of the matter is they're giving away some pretty kick-ass chips to anybody that's filled out the survey on the laptop sitting here in the Intel booth.
Yep.
And they're going to do a little drawing for that about 5 p.m. tonight. And you have until 5 o'clock tomorrow, if you do win, to claim your prize.
Let's give a big hand to Lek Devil, who's just walking that way. The king of VTTV for this event is, you have to give him a big shout-out for that.
Shout out, Lector.
Lek Devil, who's left
Yeah,
years now, but oh well. Here inside the game, ladies and gentlemen, this is it. Modus going on to play U5. That'll be later here and inside the game. That is going to be epic. Does not describe
But coming
it.
up here at 2:30,
we have got Quake
Missy
3.
versus Miss X, Quake 3.
It's going to be stunning. Keep it here and inside the game.
For some hot girl-on-girl action.